heavy metal universe, we are here. Metal4Metal. We are here for our next episode of news here. We're really excited to bring you the news. Something I want to mention, we've done a small segment, another show, still metal related, called Metal Hammered, where we interviewed the local heavy metal band, the Gutter Saints. It should be on later on this week. The link should be right down below. We're very excited to bring that to you. I'm PJ Steven. This is Dennis Parker, and here's the news. We're all very excited for that Metal Hammer thing. That was something that we threw together kind of last minute, but once we got word of the Gutter Saints wanting to come on our show, and we had already talked about it.
Yeah, it was an idea we had floating around for a while, just get drunk and talk about metal, but then PJ ended up getting us like the coolest first episode. I thought we were just going to get some bum like off the street and just talk.
We could have.
Yeah, talk to him about whatever. But no, you got them fucking Gutter Saints in here to...
Which is fantastic.
Yeah, that was really cool, man.
They were really good heavy metal,
man. So cool, man. They were just so appreciative and so nice, man. It was really cool.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice. For the news today, please like, comment, subscribe to Metal4Metal. If you guys want to go on our Patreon account and pledge us $1, we'd appreciate it. But you never have to do that because we're going to give you the free news and the free segments every week. For right now, I'm going to actually have Dennis Parker give you a little bit of insight about Patreon.
The thing is, like, I've actually had a lot of questions asked me about what is Patreon, and basically it's just it's a type of crowdfunding. It's similar to Kickstarter, but it's just month to month. So basically, you pledge $1 per month, and say we get up to $20 a month. We're just gonna save that money, get better equipment. You know, I mean, just basically, yeah. I mean, maybe a better mic, a better program to edit this stuff on. I mean, just to give you a better show.
That's what I was gonna say. We really want to give you the best show that we can give.
Because YouTube is fun, but it's actually kind of an expensive hobby. It is a little expensive.
And you know, as much as this is a hobby, we do want to make this our career, bringing you the heavy metal news. Because this is what we do, and we're really appreciative of the people that support us. Yeah. Thank you so much for what you do. Seriously, thank you so much for the likes, the comments, subscribes. To the guy that called us gay, that's fine. Thank you so much for watching.
I can be a little gay sometimes. He's not totally wrong. I can be a little gay here and there.
Well, that's the news. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
You know. Quick little segment here. Iron Maiden is going to be in the news, but that's at the very end. I will say for real quick, 34 years ago today, this album came out, Iron Maiden, Peace of Mind. We're playing the side 2 because he does not like the song Flight of Icarus, which is fine.
I hate Flight of Icarus.
Or Flight of Icarus, I've heard people say.
Yeah.
I don't know. Either way, I think Peace of Mind's a terrific album. You're not a big fan of it.
It's okay. I remember I bought it at a pawn shop back in the day, and I was just like, when I was first getting into Maiden, I listened to it, I was just like, I mean, it's all right, but that Flight of Icarus song came on. It's like, fly on your way. I was like, no, nah.
But then there's like the Trooper, though. You know,
the Trooper's good, even though that's kind of it's.
I don't own the rights to the Trooper. I'm supposed to say that.
Yeah, and you know what? You know, we actually don't own the rights to Angel's Holocaust either. But that is the opening to our song. We took 10 seconds of Angel's Holocaust, and that's kind of like our opening thing.
Be careful, man. John Schaefer's also in our news. He's gonna sue us.
And you know what, John Schaefer, if you want your song back,
Stop.
We challenge you to come to Metal4Metal
and take your song back.
Come on the show and get your fucking song back, John Schaefer, because you know what, it's ours, and we're not gonna give it back to you unless you come on the show. And you know what? How about you had to fight PJ in the ring for the rights to your fucking song back?
Well, this has been our final episode of Metal4Metal.
Yeah. Oh wait, it turns out we just had an email from John Schaefer's lawyers.
Really.
And we're saying, no, seriously.
Well, guys, we're gonna get right into the news. We're done goofing around here. Metal4Metal news. We are very excited. Dennis, talk about the pieces that we have today on this day.
All right, we got some DragonForce news. New single out. Ashes of Dawn, the brand new music video from DragonForce, is taken from the band's new album Reaching Into Infinity, which will be released on May 19th via Ear Music. The follow-up to 2014's Maximum Overload marks the band's third full-length studio release with singer Mark Hudson, who joined the group in 2011.
I was just gonna say, when we were watching the music video, that was a new singer.
Yeah, I've not seen him before.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. The bulk of the recording sessions for Reaching Into Infinity took place at the Fascination Street studio in Sweden, with producer Jess Borgen, who has previously worked with Opeth, Ammon Amarth, Soilwork, and Symphony X.
I'm a big Symphony X fan.
Yeah,
so
Symphony X is cool.
I might grab, because I'm not the biggest DragonForce fan,
either.
but I might grab this record if that's the case. Because,
Yeah, we watched the video just before, and it was cool.
The video, it opens where it looks like Coruscant from Star Wars.
It did.
It really, and then you
really
see
did.
like kind of like a Dragon Zord in there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Unfortunately, I don't know a whole lot about DragonForce, but I know the Asian guitarist is still there playing for him, right?
They have to. They have to have an Asian play guitar that fast. No one else can do it.
He probably does math while he does it. Of course, probably what? Probably like 70% of the people that know DragonForce, and I'm generalizing here, probably know it off the Guitar Hero, Through the Fire and the Flames, which was impossible to beat, but most of the people did it. Anyway, so DragonForce, I got into DragonForce after hearing that song, which I think, again, is majority of the people. I can go ahead and I feel comfortable saying that. But they are a really cool band. I would, power metal.
Oh, it's definitely power metal.
Would you consider them a little bit of speed metal?
Yeah, it's more of a
melodic speed.
Yeah, it's a lead speed melodic.
Well, Ashes of Dawn, the new music video, we will have the link on here at the very bottom if you want to come check that out. If you're a DragonForce
That's a good video.
fan.
Watch it.
I was into it, and I like DragonForce. Don't get me wrong. It's not like my favorite, but I'm really like that kind of metal.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm into it. What else we got here?
Some Rudy Sarzo news. Rudy Sarzo joins new thrash band featuring ex-Anthrax guitarist Dan Spitz and former Journey drummer Dean Castronavo.
Castronavo, yeah.
Yeah, pronouncing that right?
Now I'm talking a minute.
Legendary bass player Rudy Sarzo has joined the new thrash band launched by former Anthrax guitarist Dan Spitz.
Dan Spitz is incredible.
Mm-hmm. And Journey drummer Dean Castron. Sorry, I got it right the first time.
Dean Castronovo.
Castronovo. That's a very beautiful last name.
Let me make sure.
Castronovo.
Yeah, that's it. Castronovo.
Wow. Yeah.
And he is fantastic.
It's a beautiful name. Okay, yeah, you actually probably know a little bit more about this than I do.
Rudy Sarzo is he's a bass player. He's fantastic. I want to know who's singing for this, and it might be Rudy.
It says that they don't have a singer yet, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't know yet.
Rudy Sarzo played bass on Osmosis, Ozzy Osbourne's record. He also played in Quiet Riot. He played in Queensryche. I mean, he's a fantastic bass player with a hell of a stage presence. When you talk about Dean Castronovo, the drummer, I mean, he played in Journey for a long time. He played in Journey, and I'm pretty sure he played in.
What was it? What is it? Queensryche.
Well, yeah, Rudy played in Queensryche. He might have played in Queensryche too, but I know more about Dan Spitz because he was on Anthrax's first record, Fistful of Metal. He was also on my favorite Anthrax record, which is Armed and Dangerous. He was on Persistence of Time. I mean, he was a fantastic guitarist. He still is. And so I look forward to see what those three guys are going to do. You know what I would love for them to do? It probably won't happen because it's what I want. But it's
the universe isn't going to get that to you.
I would love, because Jeff Tate is not singing for Queensryche right now. I'd love for them to get Jeff Tate. That's something that I would really be into.
Cool.
I think that Rudy Sarzo has a hell of a stage presence. Even if he's the one singing, I think that would kick ass because he did some backup, I believe, on Osmosis, Ozzy Osbourne's album. And let me also mention that Castronovo was on the 2001 to 2011 Journey albums, being the drummer. He wasn't on the really 70s stuff. However, it's all good. I mean, it's all fantastic. Castronovo can really rock the drums. I'm excited to see something from them. I don't know what they're calling themselves. Right?
It's very early.
It's just like when Chris Broderick and Sean Drover started Act of Defiance. I haven't heard shit about them,
right?
Except for a couple singles, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they were decent. Sean Drover was singing, wasn't he?
I think so. I'm not too familiar with it.
I know after they dropped, they formed that band. There was some stuff going on. However, I'm very excited to hear.
Yeah, I really want to hear this. I wasn't too familiar with these guys, but it sounds like a really good setup.
Yeah,
I want to see what they're going to be doing here.
Also, Rudy Sarzo also played for Dio, and switching topics here real quick, getting a little bit serious. 7 years ago today, we lost Rhino James Dio.
That sucked.
And it still really leaves a void in heavy metal.
I remember I got really drunk that day and just listened to Dio. all day long.
I think that he was just an amazing, and he was never, he had his party moments, but he was never too drunk or too drugged to go on stage.
Yeah.
He started with Elf, he went into Rainbow, and of course he had Dio, and then Black Sabbath, and then Dio, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Black Sabbath, then Dio.
Right.
And then he formed Heaven and Hell, pretty much a renamed Black Sabbath. He renamed it Heaven and Hell.
Yeah, they couldn't use the Black Sabbath name for legal reasons. So
and I really hope that no matter what you believe in, I really hope that I really hope that Dio is watching us from somewhere, wherever he may be. I hope that he appreciates it. One of the things that I love is that Ron and James Dio, This Is Your Life, that tribute album.
Yeah.
I think that's a fantastic.
Yeah.
I wish he could have been alive to see it. I think he would have been very proud.
Oh, he would have loved that. Yeah.
And
a lot of people on those records, they genuinely said that Dio was a mentor to them. He gave them a lot of.
He was a 5 foot tall Yoda.
Yeah, and
I compare him to that.
Yeah, people.
And that's not an insult.
People really had the highest respect and admiration.
Quick question before we jump into our next news: what's your favorite work of Ron and James Dio?
Oh, I love Holy Diver. Absolutely.
The record, Holy Diver?
The record Holy Diver. For first off, I think that's the coolest cover art.
It is.
Honestly, if I
the demon with the chain.
Yeah, it's like the preacher drowning in the water, like with the demon chaining him up. Like it's one of the coolest cover albums ever.
Mine is probably a tie between the first record he did with Black Sabbath, Heaven and Hell, 1980, and Rainbow Rising.
Yeah, I love that cover of King of Rock and Roll he did, the live version. Have you heard that? It's like, King of Rock and Roll. Yeah. So good, man. It's a
I
live
love
cover.
Long Live Rock and Roll too. I'm a big Rainbow fan because Richie Blackmore and Dio put on a hell of a duet, and anything from Rainbow matching with Black Sabbath's first record with him, Heaven and Hell. I mean, on the Gutter Saints interview. That you'll see, Frank and I talk a little bit about Mob Rules, which was the first record that he bought, heavy metal he was saying. So I'm very excited
definitely check that
for you guys to see that. And anyway, Ron and James Dio, we love you. And I hope your wife's doing well. And you know what, I think of you almost every day when I listen to heavy metal. In my opinion, you are the front man of heavy metal. I want to hear from you folks. I asked this question on the Gutter Saints interview. Ozzy or Dio, frontman from Black Sabbath. They all agree Dio. I will say that the aura of Black Sabbath is better with Ozzy, but talent-wise, you got to give it to Dio.
Yeah, technically.
That's my opinion. I want to hear you guys.
Without a doubt, he was a better singer.
Yeah.
I think.
All right, let's move right along here.
Okay,
sorry to get very personal with you folks.
No, it's about Dio.
It's all about Dio.
No, we'll do a 2-hour show about Dio.
What is it? What is it? His grandmother used to say that this used to
ward off evil
spirits,
or something
so
like that.
So we thank you, Ron and James Dio, for giving us the horns.
No shit, right? Thank you.
It was not Gene Simmons.
Yeah. Thanks for everything, Dio. We really do appreciate it. Next bit of news coming in. Iced Earth's John Schaefer and Blind Guardian's Hansi Kirsch are working on material for the third Demons and Wizards album. Now, this is a long time coming.
Yes.
Oh my god, like the first Demons and Wizards album that came out was, phenomenal.
What, like 98?
Oh, it was a long time. I can't remember. It was right before 2000, I think.
Oh,
but
okay.
Yeah, it was, oh my god, like the great cover art to it. Oh, Fiddler on the Green, My Last Sunrise. Like, oh man, those are some really good songs on there. Let me get into it. I'm getting off topic here. Okay, Iced Earth mainman John Schaefer has confirmed that he and Blind Guardian frontman Hansi Kirsch are working on material for the long-awaited third album from their side project Demons and Wizards. Demons and Wizards was launched in 1997 and has released 2 full-length albums so far. 2007, this was 2000 when the first one came out, self-titled effort, and 2005's Touched by the Crimson King. In a brand new interview, Schaefer revealed that the songwriting sessions for the follow-up to Touched by the Crimson King have officially begun, but cautioned that it's going to take some time. Hansi did work up 2 songs that I sent him vocal melodies, and he still has to fly him in for sessions, move him around, and experiment with him and stuff to see how it's feeling. He said, we're going to take our time. But at least now we're actually doing it. So he hopes that next year it's going to be out. Also in the interview, he said that later on he felt that Touched by the Crimson King was rushed. still a good album. I agree that that was totally a rushed album. It was nowhere near as good as the first one. It was a solid release. Had terrible artwork. I mean, like, I'll put it up, but like the artwork for that album was awful. They actually put a slipcase.
Was it worse than Dance of Death?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah, it looked like, actually, like when I first saw it, it looked like they hired some kid in high school to just draw up something, and they put a slipcase over it. I remember that looked a lot cooler than the actual cover art. But I'm really looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to hearing that they're taking their time and they're going to give it, you know,
because Demons and Wizards, I remember hearing that and thinking like, oh, I don't know what the hell this is. And I remember when I used to use Pandora, I'd skip it because it just
most people don't know.
Well, the title of the art or the title of the band sounded very cliche to me, so I skipped it. And my buddy goes, dude, that's John Schaefer from Iced Earth and Blind Guardian. I can't believe you're skipping it.
Yeah,
I had no idea.
Yeah, that was the thing for Demons and Wizards because John Schaefer kind of represents the demons and Hansi represents the wizards.
I get that now. And I heard Touched by Crimson King, the album, because I wanted to go back and listen to it. I love John Schaefer. I respect John Schaefer. I wish that, we speak on this on our other episode, I wish he would simplify things a little bit more and stop thinking about, I should have made it. And Blind Guardian, I mean, hell yeah. I mean, I love Blind Guardian. I love power. I'm a big fan of power metal because I'm a front man myself. I love the singing aspect of it. I think that's what power metal really focuses on. So Blind Guardian, I mean, and everything's almost a Lord of the Rings reference, you know.
Just about like, everything.
What is it,
is
Into
something.
the Storm, you know.
Oh yeah, from Nightfall and Middle Earth and all that.
Even,
oh man.
Yeah, and I like that.
Great album.
I like that. It's different. It's cool. I'm into it. So
just so you know, for a lot of people out there, you know, even if you don't like metal, you know, check out Blind Guardian because everything's about Lord of the Rings.
Everything's about Lord of the Rings.
Everything's about Lord of the
Rings fan, check out Blind Guardian.
Yeah.
They are really, really cool. Their album covers are fantastic. The way they play is really good, and the dude has a hell of a fucking voice.
Right.
Power metal, I think, to me, is like the operatic style of heavy metal that anyone can kind of get into.
Yeah.
And I'll go to the grave saying that.
The
grandmother might like it because it sounds kind of, and even Iced Earth at the end of Seventh Son, Jesus, something wicked.
They
this
wish
way
they had wrote Seventh Son.
Yeah, fucking really, they would have made it. But something wicked this way comes at the very end of Coming Curse. You hear the,
good.
I mean, you could probably play that at a church and.
Yeah,
it would probably go through.
It would fit in. It would fit in. They wouldn't edit it out, perhaps.
Now, Dennis, I understand this is our last piece.
This is the last piece of news. It's a big one.
Something that I'm very passionate about. And I'm gonna get heated. So let's talk.
Yeah, it's a lot to say about this one. So bear with me here. The reason Iron Maiden have not been playing "Hallowed Be Thy Name" is because of an ongoing lawsuit. And here's what it says: Iron Maiden are in the midst of a massive world tour. And while they are playing a lot of big hits, this is one hit you will likely not see on the set. Hallowed Be Thy Name. In fact, according to Setlist FM, while the song is the third most played Iron Maiden song in history,
they haven't not played it since the Number of the Beast came out.
Yeah. The band haven't played it since August, and you know, a lot of people didn't know why, but they're actually being sued. So in addition to Hallowed Be Thy Name, the song No Bad from Brave New World is also in the suit too. It's both songs feature music and lyrics from a 1974 album called Life Shadow by a band Beckett.
Beckett also wrote A Rainbow's Gold, which is on the B-sides of the Beast or whatever. What was that record? What was that CD called? When it was like the best B-sides of all the 45.
It was B-sides. Yeah, it was on. Yeah. It was on Eddie's archive.
Eddie's archive. So they wrote Rainbow's Gold, which is the B-side off. God, I don't want to be wrong here, but I think it's off the B-side of the 2 Minutes to Midnight. I think because it has.
Right.
Yes, it is 2 Minutes to Midnight B-side because it also has the Mission from Ari B-side. Anyway.
Yeah. It's a very complicated story, actually. I mean, from what I'm reading here, I don't want to just sit here and just quote everything, but it's not so much that the music is the same. It seems that there was Steve Harris apparently was a fan of this band.
Yeah, that's why they covered stuff.
And they took, and Steve apparently maybe took some of the lyrics from a song and worded them into Hallowed Be Thy Name, and apparently it was cool with the band. They had worked something out before.
Yeah, I mean, the lyrics are, from Hallowed Be Thy Name, it's, mark my words, my time is gone, believe me now, I've gone to seek the truth. Now, that's give or take the lyrics from Hallowed Be Thy Name. The lyrics for the song Live Shadow is almost the same thing, but it's a little bit changed up. So it's not word for word. Let me make this clear. I don't think Steve Harris has stolen anything in his life.
No.
I think that his brain is so much, and I'm biased because I'm a Maiden fan, but whatever. I think that Steve Harris's brain is so big for heavy metal that I don't think he needs to steal. I think that, and I mean, this was in '82 when Number of the Beast came out, so it's not that they were desperate for lyrics or desperate for content.
Right.
They had their content. I think that maybe that early time, excuse me, he wrote those lyrics and said, hey, whatever, is this all right? And they liked it. Maybe, and I don't want to speak bad of Beckett or Brian Quinn, whoever.
Yeah, well, this is what it's saying right here, is that the song was originally written by Brian Quinn in 1969 and later recorded by Bob Barton. Barton settled with Maiden bassist Steve Harris over the song rights a few years ago. However, Quinn was not compensated. So Quinn's suing both Steve Harris and original songwriter Brian Quinn over the royalties.
Quinn wrote it, but Bob Barton recorded it?
Something, yeah. So it's a very messy,
very
complicated
it's 2017
kind of thing.
And you're now just wanting to sue a guy?
Yeah,
and why can't they play it live?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about this.
Because people do covers all the fucking time live.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I could see something like maybe it would make more sense to me if they actually had to stop producing the CD.
If it was a new song.
Right, say that they could prove that, Iron Maiden really did rip the song off, but it still doesn't make sense that they would have to stop playing it live.
I think this is another case of...
It doesn't...
I think this is almost another case of in Stairway to Heaven, the Spirit Tauros wanted to sue Page and Plant for, I think it was Page and Plant, for ripping off parts of Stairway to Heaven. Listen, man. There's only so much you can do on a guitar. There's only so much words in the English dictionary that you can use.
Everybody's ripping off Black Sabbath anyway.
You're absolutely right.
Rob Zombie said a long time ago that everybody's been ripping off Black Sabbath for years. So,
I think that it's not. I don't think that we need. It doesn't need to be a huge deal.
Yeah, and also there's even another band now. Remember, they're suing Metallica for saying that their Moth Into the Flame is like a cover of something they did a long time ago. But you listen to the song and it sounds absolutely nothing like it. Not even the lyrics are the same.
And I think that it's just one of those things where it's
crazy, man.
You think you kind of hear something. It's like when you think you hear your doorbell ring.
Yeah.
Oh, did I hear that?
Yeah, I genuinely don't know if these guys genuinely think that the song sounds like theirs, or if they're just attention whores just out to try and get a headline or something.
And it might be just they think that they think they're owed something, or they think they're
perhaps
compensated.
I
think there was actually a quote from the manager. Am I right? Phantom Management or something like that. Made a comment about, or some kind of quote. Some kind of comment about the entire situation.
From the Maiden one? Or the Metallica one?
No, the Maiden one. The Maiden one. Is that... I think we wrote that down, I want to say.
Yeah, we might have. It is a bunch of shit in here because it's such a complicated story. Like, it's just now I'm getting to figure out exactly what happened with it.
Yeah, because we when we saw Maiden in 2013, they didn't play Hallowed Be Thy Name.
No, they didn't.
We always assumed that it was because they needed time to play Seventh Son to
We
Seventh
thought
Son.
we thought they were just changing up their set list. That's what we thought.
And I remember mentioning this is the first time they've never played Hallowed Be Thy Name.
Right, yeah, you did say it, and I was like, that is very, very strange. But yeah, apparently there was just all this shit going on in the background. I mean, this is crazy, man.
Yeah,
let's
hear your opinion. I want you to hear both of the songs. Live Shadow is the song. And of course, the Hallowed Be Thy Name. Talk to me about what you guys think. Do you think that Iron Maiden did indeed rip it off? Do you think Steve Harris is a criminal? Do you think that it's worth not playing it live? I don't.
Yes,
and I'm biased because it's Iron Maiden. But I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
And maybe Steve is just trying to keep the peace by saying, "Okay, fine, we won't play it live." And if that still doesn't solve the problem, then I don't know what they want. I don't know what Beckett or what Quinn wants.
Yeah, it sounds like he's got shit straightened out with somebody, and then now there's someone else coming in there and be like, "No, I want my money too." That's basically
that bothers me.
That's basically what this all is. That's what this is. Just the quest for more money.
Well, I believe that is the news for Metal4Metal news.
That's it.
Very excited to get to the topic of the week here. Here we go.
All right. This is what we're
week.
gonna do. Now, last week PJ sprung something on me that I didn't know. Well, I knew about it, but I wasn't prepared for it. So now I'm just gonna spring this on you. It's gonna be a little easier. And
last time it was
it's ranking
top 5 favorite
ranking
Ozzy
albums is so hard to me because they change on like a weekly basis for me.
See, I'm very concrete. I'm very
not me.
I'm excited to hear his topic. Let me go ahead and say I have not heard this.
Yeah.
I haven't heard this.
And this is an easier one. It's not something that's going to stump you, but it's something we may talk about. Which deceased metal musician, artist, whoever was from metal, who is currently deceased, would you like to spend a day with?
Spend a day with.
Mm-hmm.
My mind, I don't know. I think it goes to Dio, but I'm gonna take a. Because Lemmy also comes to mind.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's got to be Lemmy or Dio, but there's so many others. I was thinking that maybe you would have somebody I wasn't thinking of. For me, it would definitely be Dio.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, because it just from everything I've heard and know other rock legends speaking about Dio is that he was just such a nice guy and he was just full of wisdom.
I mean,
and had such great advice for everybody. And even though I'm not like a musician in the industry, I just feel like he could just tell me something that would help me in life.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would go either. John Lord, the keyboard player for Deep Purple. God, man. Cliff Burton.
That would be cool. That'd be cool. Maybe this was a little tougher on him than I thought. My main one was Dio and Lemmy, because Dio, you would think you would gain some knowledge from him. Lemmy would be cool just to hang out with and fucking drink with the guy. You know?
I can go all day.
Think about it, man.
Clive Burr, the drummer for Maiden that died, he was on Number of the Beast. And then Nico McBrain replaced him for Peace of Mind, actually. I would go to Lemmy, but he'd drink me under the table.
He would too. I would like to see how far I could keep up with Lemmy.
You'd die.
I would before I died. Before I died. We'd probably be in the Rainbow. Wasn't that the Rainbow Room that he hung out with in California? They have the statue of him in there now.
Damn, dude.
I would love to hang out with Lemmy. It's a little harder than I thought. I thought you would just have something kind of what you knew.
I would probably... now, am I hanging out with them in their prime, or are they coming back from the dead?
I imagine we'd have to reanimate them.
Okay, because...
So there is a chance they could eat your brains after...
Well, I was going to say, because are they going to come out with the experience that they have now?
Right, it would be as if they didn't die. It would be up to date.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I would go with... I think I'd go with... I would pick Clive Burr.
Okay.
The drummer for Maiden. I would want to see... I would want to talk about Number of the Beast and that tour, and because he was such a humble guy, and I remember when he first heard Gangland repeated back to him, he was like, "Is this really me? Like, am I that good?" And it's like, dude, Clive Burr was fantastic. I can't remember what he died of. Parkinson's is coming to mind, but I can't remember if that's what it was. But they did the tribute to Clive in like 2001 to raise money for him. And I would love to see Clive Burr. Would I turn down Lemmy, Dio, or Cliff Burton? Probably not. Of course not. But I would put my cards on the table and hit Clive Burr. Definitely.
Word.
Who would you do?
Oh, I definitely do Dio.
You do Dio?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I do Dio. I just feel. Yeah, I feel he would just have a lot of knowledge, and he just seemed like such a nice guy.
Why can we only think of 4 metal that have died?
Because maybe they're just the most recent. Well, with Dio and Lemmy, I guess some of the most recent.
Clive Burr, I think, died in 2000.
But Dio and Lemmy dying.
Dimebag Darrell, 2004, he got shot.
I remember that day. I remember that day when it happened.
Hang out with him, I suppose.
I remember I was working at the mall the day that Dimebag died, and then I came into work, and one of my coworkers told me, and I thought they were lying.
Really?
Yeah, I was just like, "You're fucking with me," and I was like, "No, they weren't." Wow. Yeah, that sucked. It was a bad day.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I want to hear from you guys. What is the have we missed any, or what?
I'm sure we missed a million.
I'm sure we missed a million.
We missed a million.
What deceased heavy metal
hard
rock
rock
would you would you want to hang out with, or spend a day with, or just kind of talk to? Got to get some advice from, play a tune with them. I mean, that would be fantastic.
That would be really cool.
You know, get some drama lessons from Clyde Burr, get some singing lessons from Dio. I mean, that would be fantastic. I'm very excited. That's cool. That's cool. That would be great. Well, this has been the Metal4Metal news. Keep in touch with next week. We'll have some brand new news for you. Of course, Metal4Metal. We got a couple other segments in the works. Of course, we have our Metal Hammer first episode coming up here pretty soon. The Gutter Saints will be on there. Very excited for you guys to see that.
Yeah,
Please
it's a great interview.
watch that video in its entirety. I guarantee you will learn something. Those guys have been around
Some
for
great
a long
quotes
time.
we got
Great
too.
quotes.
Great
what was
quotes.
the quote that Frank said? Metallica. We did a segment on there called Rapid Fire Reel, which was just, you know, keep it 100. And I said Metallica. I said the topic Metallica. And Frank said they get blamed. No, what did he say?
It was like they get blamed for what they're not. It's more than what they are. Right. Yeah.
And I can agree with
quote.
that. They
Great
get
quote.
blamed for what they're not more than what they are. And I can agree with that because Metallica, talk shit all you want, man, but for what they are a very classic heavy metal band.
Just check out the interview.
Definitely check out the interview. We got a couple other things in the works that we're really excited to bring you on the Metal4Metal network. Until then, I'm PJ Steven. That's Dennis Parker, and this has been Metal4Metal. Thank you guys very much.